The insurance companies, like you as an individual, you have to get a return on what you invest in. And the premium that covers the cost for this is very important that we're able to document the work we're doing with the client. Most physicians across the country that we see, they don't do a good job or good enough job to documenting the full assessment of the client. The insurance companies want to see that now. So what they've done is they've tried to, they use these tactics. We remember pre-existing condition. They went away with that. But they substituted it with medical necessity now. Everything has to be medically necessary in order for them to want to pay. You got to prove why you're putting the client in treatment. Well, they don't do that in any other industry, so I'm fighting the parity side of this as well. I'm an advocate on the front line. I'm determined on a couple fronts. One, we're going to make sure that every treatment provider across this country is doing the job that they say they're doing, and they're doing it very well. And the ones who are not doing it well, who are trying to cheat the system, who are mistreating clients, I'm going to get them locked up, closed down, and shut out of the industry. That is my goal, and I'm very determined when I set goals. I'm happy to report today that the Independent Coalition of Treatment Providers is a group of independent treatment owners across the country. We met 3 weeks ago in Washington, D.C. at the Payers Conference, and they chose me as a spokesperson. And I said, are you guys sure you want me to do this? Because I'm going to call a spade a spade. If we have bad providers in this space, they have to go. Because you know what? They're abusing the system and they're not providing care to a person who is on their lifeline. So we have an obligation to do that. And the second part of that is we want to also make sure that the carriers don't mistreat us because we have a big supply and demand offer right now. I remember in the late 80s, early 1990s, when HIV and AIDS came to America as a pandemic, there were more people needing treatment than we had providers. We're in the same state right now. There are more people who have addiction who need a place to go, a quality place to go, and we don't have enough places for them to go. So with all the marketing and the exposure with the online and the strategic patient placement, they have to go someplace. And we have to be ready to take them in and provide them with this space of care. And not just, giving them urine tests every 5 days. No, that's not going to happen. That's not right. And what we're advocating is that all the providers across this country commit to a standard of care that we know can help clients get better. All clients are very different. We can't have a cookie-cutter approach. We need full assessment, and we need to have places ready, bona fide, and in a good position to ensure that they're offering quality care. They're going to be requiring accreditation. It's going to be huge 2016. Standards of care, huge in 2016. And we're going to need to be able to report outcomes. How are you proving your program works, and how are we able to quantify that? That's what we're advocating for, and I'm going to keep that record playing just like Georgia on My Mind, my favorite song. So it's going to play.